Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Inside the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content, that would be appreciated also. So the time has come. I've been saying it for months, ever since my house burned down and I lost my little makeshift studio I had, that I was eventually going to get my live albums and even my Lost Classic series ramped back up. And I have finally done so, and we're going to start now with a live album that probably doesn't get the amount of respect it deserves in terms of record sales and all that. But as far as reputation is concerned, this is considered by many in the rock world and the metal world to be one of the greatest live albums of all time. And I am talking about UFO's 1979 live album, Strangers in the Night. So, all right, so this album was originally released in January 1979. It was on the Chrysalis label. It was recorded, October 13th and 18th of 1978, produced by Ron Nevison, who I didn't know produced stuff all the way back in the 70s. I know he was famous in the 80s for producing a lot of the Heart comeback stuff in the mid-80s, and then, of course, he did some stuff for Kiss and Lynyrd Skynyrd and all that later on. I didn't know he was really around in the 70s, but he produced this live album. It only got as high as number 42 on the Billboard charts in America, and has never been certified by the Record Industry Association of America. However, it was a pretty big hit, in the UK, where it was certified silver for sales exceeding, I think is it 60,000? Yeah, okay. I can't read my own typing here. So let's go and take a look at this bad boy. So this particular copy I bought, I got this at a used record store. However, when I got it, it wasn't sealed, but it still had the shrink wrap around it, which was pretty cool, because even though the record itself wasn't sealed, the gatefold had never been opened the entire time for whoever owned it. So I thought that was pretty neat. Now, I don't know if this is an original 79 issue, because it does have a barcode on the back, and I think barcodes really weren't a thing until maybe sometime in the early 80s, like 81, 82. I could be wrong about that, but a lot of other original issue stuff from the late 70s I have doesn't have barcodes or anything on it. But anyway, here is the front cover of UFO Strangers in the Night. I don't really understand the cover. I don't know if this was another one of those like hypnosis covers, you know, the ones the guys that did all the Pink Floyd covers and Def Leppard High and Dry and all that. I don't know if that's one of these, but it's kind of an odd cover for a live album. But anyway, and I'll admit, I like this band a lot, but I'm not familiar with them enough as far as faces and all that are concerned to know if these are pictures of the band or anything, or if this is just random stuff. I have no clue. So anyway, if someone knows that, can enlighten me, please feel free to, add something in the comments below. All right. But yeah, if we open up the record, the gatefold, we get what does appear to be pictures of the band done in the same style as the cover. But it doesn't appear to be the same pictures that are on the cover. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything. But here is the gatefold with the members of UFO. I don't see any liner notes or anything, so that must be stuff. Yeah, here we go. On the inside jackets and all that. Maybe not. All right, so if we open up, pull out the first record, it looks like we just get basically advertisements for other Chrysalis artists of the time. So, nothing too special there, nothing about the band or the album itself. And if we pull the album out, we get that standard blue Chrysalis inner label and everything. And this was just standard black vinyl. So again, this was actually the second copy of this record I bought. I had one before, but it was one that I got pretty cheap, and it was, not in the greatest condition. So when I saw this one, that it still had shrink wrap around it and everything, I jumped at the chance to have a copy of this. But, so there you go, UFO, Strangers in the Night. So let's talk a little further about this record. Like I said, it's considered one of the greatest live albums in history by most rock and metal fans, and it received mostly positive reviews upon release. This features Michael Schenker. Before he left later in this tour and apparently refused to do overdubs. So I imagine whatever you're hearing from Michael Schenker on this album is him playing and, not reworked in the studio. It includes the most well-known tracks of theirs, like Dr. Doctor, Lights Out, Rock Bottom, Too Hot to Handle, and a bunch of other tracks. I mean, it is really, really a great record. There's been reissues in 1999 and 2020 with additional. I know some, and I don't know if they put them out on vinyl, but I know there's like CD and digital editions of this that have like full on like whole other shows, like 3 or 4 other shows from that same tour. So you actually get complete shows. I don't know if the track listings are any different on them or track orders or whatever, but if you buy like a big giant deluxe edition CD or digital, you get like way more UFO live than just this record. But again, for vinyl purposes, this is more than enough. Let's see. I find it a little odd myself that this was recorded in America given their moderate popularity here. I don't know the cities that this was recorded in, but I think Chicago may have been one of them. But this band was way bigger in other parts of the world at the time. So again, I'm really surprised that the one live album, or at least the live album they recorded at the time, was recorded here. Extremely underrated band, extremely underrated album, and I got to give credit where credit is due. If you guys listen to Eddie Trunk and his Trunk Nation show on Sirius, this dude touts UFO like it's nobody's business. So much so that I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go out and listen to him and see what it's about. And then I remember hearing Lights Out a bunch of times on Ozzy's Boneyard, and I was like, that's a really, really cool song. So let me check out and see what else they have. And got this album, absolutely love it. One of the record store days last year, they had a best of UFO, like this cool like red and yellow vinyl thing. I picked that up, and that's totally awesome. So it's a band that I didn't get into, you know, when I was younger, when I started getting into rock and metal. But it's certainly a band that I've really gotten into over the last couple of years. And they are fantastic. This is a fantastic live record. It's right up there with Kiss Alive or Double Live Gonzo or Made in Japan or any other, you know, cool classic rock live album you can think of from the 70s. It fits right there with them. So check it out. Whether it's vinyl, digital, CD, or whatever, it's definitely a must-have for any rock or metal fans collection. That's all I've got for you this time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content. I've got the rest of my Inside the Vinyl series where we do actually live albums as well as Lost Classics. I've got my unboxing series where we open up reissues, new albums, box sets. Sometimes they're CDs instead of records. It just depends on what's coming out. I've got some live footage from various concerts and festivals over the last few years. I've also got some mediocre disc golf coverage starring some mediocre players, myself included. And last but not least, excuse me. I've been back in school for the last couple of years as a communications major, and in doing so, I've actually produced and uploaded a couple of documentary-style short films or videos. I mean, I hate calling them films, but they're documentary style. One is about disc golf, and the other is about the recent house fire that myself and my wife and my cats went through. So check that out if you want to see the story and and what unfolded there and see some footage and all that. It's really cool. I got A's on both, so hopefully you'll see them and you'll like them. But again, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.